Hey there guys, today we'll be painting Woody the Halfling Ranger from Reaper Miniatures to the tabletop level standard. The first thing you want to do is get yourself a scalpel or another sharp blade and trim the casting line off the model. And make sure you're very careful and you always cut away from yourself. I've base coated the entire model with Breonne blue using my airbrush, but you can easily do this by hand. Take shield brown and use this to paint his bow, his gloves, his leather pouches and his base. Next up, use tarnished steel to paint his chainmail and armour, his belt buckles and his sword. Finally, take Rosy Skin and use this to paint his face and feet. You may need a couple of coats of this to go properly over the blue base coat. Now we'll move on to the washes. I mix 50-50 Rosy Skin and Shield Brown and dilute it with either water or flow improver until it's the consistency of skim milk. Now carefully wash this over the model's face, making sure you don't overload the brush or it will run everywhere. And mix Shield Brown with Breonne blue and dilute it just like before. Wash this over his armour and weapon, and also over his gloves to provide definition. And now we're on to the highlights. Use Templar blue to paint a thin highlight line around the edge of his clothing, concentrating on any raised folds where light would catch. Use Rosy Highlight to highlight his face and toes, concentrating on the prominent areas of his face like his nose, brow and cheekbones. Take Driftwood Brown and highlight the edges of his leather pouches and straps, as well as the fingers and edges of his gloves. Finally, use polished silver to paint a sharp line along the edges of his armour plates, each individual scale of chainmail and the edge of his sword. And with that, the model is done. Now don't forget to like and subscribe, and check out our other videos, and we'll see you next time.